Hey everybody, I want to talk about the situation, a new kind of current storyline that we all knew was coming, but we kind of thought it would be a little bit more different. Well, what I'm talking about is this. For the past couple of months, a lot of us, ever since Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff basically came to TNA, everybody was always thinking, we're soon going to have Hogan and Bischoff turn heel, and they're going to fight against TNA and whoever aligns themselves and blah 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 and stuff like that. Well, apparently we are going to get the storyline, but we're going to get it in a different way. You see, what we're going to get is not Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff versus TNA and EV 2.0 and Dixie Carter and all that. No. Instead, what we're going to get, as you've probably seen tonight, for some of you that already saw Impact, and for some of you that are about to see it in about half an hour, in about 30 minutes that is, basically the person that TNA has put in the place of Hogan and Bischoff is Ric Flair. Now Bischoff we're not sure about yet. He may be part of this whole group. But Hogan, I guess, is too popular with TNA right now, and TNA is too positive on Hogan being a babyface that they decided to put Ric Flair in his place. Now, I saw what happened because TNA puts the stuff on YouTube. I guess hours before the show airs here on the West Coast. So basically, I saw the brutal attack of what happened. Now, I don't know what happened backstage with RVD. Apparently, Abyss finally used his Janus weapon on him and took him out. So we'll see what happens there. But I think we all know that's not what really happened. If you get my drift, But it was a brutal attack, I will say this. And Ric Flair goes up to Dixie Carter and says, "Hey, you brought this on yourself. You brought these guys, and this is all your fault." So, and then of course Hogan did leave the ring. But what I'm about to say, though, and you might want to turn down the volume right now at a minute and a half, just turn down the volume, like right now, because what I'm about to tell you involves next week. So turn it down right now. Okay, now here's the situation. Next week, we get the reasoning as to why the attacks took place. Basically, Ric Flair comes out and says that when he hears the word power and marquee in wrestling, it's about pro wrestling, not about kendo sticks and trash cans and stuff like that. Basically, Ric Flair rants on the fact that TNA and this sport is not, and TNA and wrestling itself is not about weapons and all that. It's about going out there and being a wrestler, being the best, kind of deal. Anyway, what happens is Dixie Carter replies by saying, "Hey, I didn't intend to give the EV 2.0 guys contracts, but you forced my hands, so guess what? They got contracts." And we get another brawl, from what I understand. Now, before this happens, also, Eric Bischoff comes out and says because of RVD sustaining injuries beyond anything he's ever seen, RVD is being stripped of the TNA title, and there's going to be a tournament that's going to conclude not at No Surrender, but at Bound for Glory. Now here's what's even better. Now here's the other thing. Fortune and their allies don't even stop with EV 2.0. They also attack, and again, this is a big one, they attack Hogan, they attack Jarrett, and they even attack Sting and Nash. That's right, Sting and Nash get attacked. The guys, basically Sting, who's been trying to say, "Hey, Hogan's the cancer," gets attacked by Fortune at the same time Hogan does. And so does Nash, which tells me Sting is going to basically have his eyes open like, oh crap, Hogan's not been the cancer, it's been Flair that's the cancer. So anyway, that's what's going to happen next week. Next week, that's what happens. Basically the attack is not subsided to EV 2.0, it's everybody. And apparently Ric Flair has some kind of war of the words with Mick Foley. Here we go again, I guess you can say, SummerSlam 2006. But has this war of the words with Mick Foley And basically Flair's ordering Mick to throw in the thumbtacks. Basically saying, hey, you work for me. You work for me. You do what I say. Basically it sounds like Ric Flair wants control of TNA. I'll be honest with you. This is a little bit of a surprise twist to what was supposed to be Hogan and Bischoff going against TNA in EV 2.0. But this is pretty good. You know, putting Ric Flair in the spotlight a little bit. Because, you know, I'm not going to be surprised if somehow they twist the storyline. Because one of the matches they're trying to lead into is going to be AJ versus Flair. And I wouldn't be surprised if Flair ends up being revealed as a person just using fortune to get what he wants. And you know what that is? This may sound crazy to you, but apparently, the way I see this leading to is Ric Flair trying to be world champion of TNA. That's right. Ric Flair wants his 17th title in TNA. That's what I think it's leading to. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do something where they show footage or something where Flair, you know, unknowingly admits that he's just using AJ and he's just using fortune to get what he wants. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised by that. So this does look like it's going to be a pretty good storyline. It's a little bit of a twist, like I said, with Flair taking the spot, and now with the fact that they not only attacked EV 2.0, but they're attacking Hogan, Jarrett, Sting, and Nash. You know, that's pretty cool. You know, to add in that twist, because basically, I mean, by attacking Sting, that kind of puts a twist on the fact that he's trying to say Hogan and Bischoff are the cancer. Now he's going to realize Flair's the cancer. So we'll see what happens, you know. But this looks like a pretty good twist to the whole storyline that we were thinking was going to happen, but instead it's going to happen differently. Yeah, you can turn up the volume now, because in case some of you didn't want to listen to those spoilers, that's exactly what's going to happen. And those for you that did listen to them, well, that's your opinion. But again, you know, that's what I see happening. I mean, this brutal attack that takes place tonight, for some of you that already saw it on television, on Spike, and on YouTube, is going to lead into something more. Now, if you did listen to the spoilers, that's okay. You kind of have an idea, because I'm pretty sure you read the spoilers already online, or you probably listened to somebody talk about them on YouTube. But again, this is just the beginning, and again, it's just a huge twist on what we originally thought was going to be. And how far will it go? We don't know. We'll have to see. Will Bischoff be aligned with them? Will Bischoff be against them? We don't know. We know Dixie's against them, so we'll just have to wait and see. But that's just my thoughts on it. Tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace out.